A lot of progress last time, a lot of progress this time. Let's see if I can keep that up for the live commentated run. Although I do have a lot of footage that I can show, I still want to at least give an attempt. Last episode, it went pretty well. Just threw it away on a side area that I'd never seen before. And I don't know, maybe I'll do that again this time, because I do think that those areas are a lot more interesting when you're actually seeing the first reactions from me rather than just the post-commentary version of it. I do have an idea of where maybe two more might be as well. I'm thinking specifically one in the entrance to Club Z, just because if you climb up on the ceiling there's a couple blocks. Yep, good. There's a couple blocks above you that might have something in them, in the same way that you see in the second area of Zardo land. And I'm just gonna go and try and see what's in here. Good. Much like you see in the second area of Zardo land, and of course the Z-Ball section in the pre-Club Z entrance. I don't know how many secrets are gonna pack in there, but I might check it out if I have enough resources. Who knows? And then there's also in the temple the mysterious bells, which I'm betting if you ring all of them, it probably just spits out a... Okay. It probably just spits out a legend fragment, but I didn't mean to do that. It still might be worth checking out anyway. If it's not, I'm sure it will be something fun to get killed by, at least the first time. Okay. Good. Not dead yet. Which is always a good sign for the first area. Yeah, legend fragments. I still have absolutely no plans to actually try and go find those things, and definitely not to collect them all. Of which I bet there's minimum 3, probably maximum of a lot more. I'm gonna go take that. Also because I have no idea how I'm otherwise gonna get anywhere from this point. It's just, I've been enjoying the game a lot more now that I actually can beat Zardo Land, but I still think that, like, playing from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, trying to go for, like, the legend fragments, good. Of course, playing on anything except for easy mode is that's still just too much for me. I mean, I've also been told that, eventually maybe Chapter 3, and probably going to be even more difficult than Chapter 2, so I'll give it an attempt if it ever does come out. But actually beating it, or really trying to go all the way like I am in Chapter 2, I got my doubts. Still, though, like I said, very, very much. I really did not have high hopes for this game at the very start, especially because I've never been particularly good at these kind of games, but I've really been getting into it. I think it's especially the Club Z section of all things. Just because that was just so weird and so stupid that I just love it. I mean, I'm somebody whose favorite game of 2018 was Puss, so, you gotta expect me to just like the really weird, surreal stuff more than anything else. And certainly the Wizard Club is... Oh god, how am I gonna do this? Maybe try going through here instead. And certainly you can't get much weirder than that. Booty bumping. Hey, people said, hey, you did clickbait in that last episode. I said booty bumping like 15 times over the course of that. I feel like it was warranted. Alright. A lot of rough sections. At least I didn't oops all corrode potions. Although I could actually kind of use maybe one of those at this point in time. A lot of the best runs that I have usually get some good stuff from chests, especially early on. Gloves are just so incredibly useful. Actually did manage to get one of the more interesting... Oh, come on now. You got to be kidding me. I actually did manage to get one of the more interesting combinations of gloves that you can possibly get as well. Specifically, the arcane gloves, where if you combine 2 climbing gloves with the combo guy, it just gives you, like, super gloves. No, they don't do anything magical, but very fast climbing for only 1 slot is, I'd say, very much appreciated. Okay. Was hoping to kind of grab the... Man, the Smashies have been very aggressively placed in this section, haven't they? Oh, well, at least with a couple spikes, I can feel somewhat confident in my ability to kind of switch around here enough. Yeah, 3 berries. That's another thing that I've been doing that I think has been contributing to success quite a bit lately, which is really trying to grab every single berry I possibly can. It's no longer about survival. It's about thriving in the world of TowerClimb and being able to afford like 20 plus jump potions, I think, helps with that quite a bit. Ah, damn it. Slightly too high. Speaking of which, I should always be keeping, and that's the thing I've been doing, always keep at least like 2 to 4 berries on me, depending on how plentiful they've been. I don't need 20 jump potions. I need revives, though. Again, not going to be... come on. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to be needing 20 jump potions at any individual point in time. And easy mode at least makes it easy to replenish those all the time. I do think that basically... Ooh, that was kind of a big stretch there. I do think that... No, I forgot what I was going to say. It's gone. I got distracted by the fact that I might have been shocked by the electric floor. And, yeah, everything that I was thinking about just went completely out of my head. That happens with the live commentary, I'm sure, as you know. Also, like, Shinda made the jump up that much. But usually, you know, also, like, some somewhat strange generation. I don't think I've ever seen, like, a Start of the Vault cave that has no adhesion berries starting here. Usually they tend to give you enough to kind of, like, fill up your entire stock full of this stuff. I mean, I got a Hado Orb now. I could go get the Legend Fragment that I didn't quite get to before. I still don't think there's too much point, but just saying that it does make it quite a bit easier. Okay, there we go. Get at least one, come on. These things litter this area. Very useful for when I get to Club Z. And not very useful when I get to the temple. Which, I mean, I feel like, for the most part, has been best served by... There we are. Has been best served by just having, well, jump potions. Yeah. Hey, anything I want to combine? I don't actually know. Like, does spikes do anything? If I got 2 spikes, would that be useful? Still don't know the combinations for everything just yet. Ah, well. And then I am going to go get that berry, like I was saying. I'm very much invested with getting all of the advantages that I possibly can. All right. Oh, man. Kind of want to go for the jump area, but I also want to go for currency a little bit more. And I still take these sections quite slow, even though I know that you generally have a lot more time than you actually need to get past the electro blocks. It's just, man, it's always very disheartening when you lose a run because of that. There we are. Also learned how to use those guys at least a little bit better. I didn't need to do that. Give me one of those spikes again. I can make a little jump across here. Just want to make sure that I don't accidentally hit one of the spore deals. By the way, those block adhesion berries when you throw them, if you didn't know that. I didn't. Anyway. You're gonna throw that thing upwards. Well, there's one right above you, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. No, I don't need to throw that just yet. Soon enough, though. Soon enough. As for everything else, if only that combo guy was down here again. I could use his services. Okay. Do I want to go for it? I do believe I do. Oh, that was enough? Ah, dang. I didn't think that was going to be enough. I thought I would have been okay there, if I'm being perfectly honest. And didn't even quite get that either. Ah. What do I got here? I don't know. I think it's just better safe than sorry this. Just to make sure that I don't feel sorry rather than being safe. Anything else I can go get while I'm around here? Can't believe I actually fell to my death there. I thought I've been, at least up to this point, pretty good at judging distances for the most part. And yet. Also, another thing that's been pretty nice here has been actually using the boomerang when I manage to get one. Can really collect a lot of things very easily when you do that. But, you know, you never really know when you're going to get one of those. Actually, take this thing out right now. This instead. And then, if I can avoid, maybe do like a bank shot off of... Well, that was not close at all. Yep. There. I did it. I don't really feel too good about it, but I did it. I'm still absolutely atrocious at dealing with those beetles. I know exactly how they work. I get hit by them like every single time I see one. Ooh. Well, first off, can I go over here like maybe... Don't really see any witches, I think. I'm also kind of bad at like finding those guys. I have the inability to see invisible things in video games. We've established this before. Sure. Well, here, just in case. No, nothing. Okay, and I do got the spring. I don't know. I never really know when to use springs, to be honest. I feel like I squander them basically whenever I do have the chance to use one of them. Come on, as long as I can find the witch somewhere around here, should be totally fine. In the meantime, take it just a little bit cautiously, I'm just saying. Really don't want to die here, considering that I do not have any more revive potions left after all. If only I was better at this game. Okay, and... I can get that. Yep, not too shabby at all. Now then, the real test. Hold fast or expire. That was not as dramatic as I need to make it be. The little hop, man, is if there's no more important technique that you can possibly learn in this game. Nope, I'm just out of there. I know I screwed that up, but it's like at least I'm still alive. All I gotta do is just find the witch. I know she's around here somewhere. I'll take the blastberry instead. Come on, like super high. Did I see her earlier and I just don't remember? Because I feel like I have actually been surprisingly diligent compared to usual when scouring this cave. And I know she always appears in one place or another. I'm checking around, man. I don't want to lose this one so quickly. Yes, okay. I knew it. Knew I saw her down there. Well, anyway, now, what are we looking at here? I'm gonna go just like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and then I can make it up there super easy. But hey, as you can see, every single berry does make for quite a few. If you're actually good at this game, you wouldn't need them, but I'm not, so I do. I'm not even going to try and make excuses here. Okay. Still looking good. Still looking just hunky-dory right now. And the only problem is that, you know, it's actually in some ways kind of nice when I get to Zardo Land at this point, because I know that for this first section, I'm probably not going to die. In fact, I want to say, like, Zardo Land, I've actually been losing at less than I do with, like, the Vault Cave. Like, I've been more often dying here than than over in that area, which feels, you know, sort of ridiculous in how that works, considering that it's like I've had so much more practice with this. You'd think I'd be better at it, but I'm not. Yep, didn't quite get that. Okay, if I can get up there, I should... If I could just go do like this. Yep. Good. Should be able to just climb on top of the roof of this, drop down to the next one, use like the blast berry to open up this little section over here. Or no, I don't even need to. Yeah, if that was fully covered, it's like go use the blast berry to open up that section, and then see what's in there. And it's just a spring box. Kind of the dummy prize aside from single... I don't like this at all. Aside from a single golden berry that you can get. And even then, that can sometimes be a little bit more useful. Let's just not even mess around with that guy. Whoop. Yeah, if I wait for another electrical pass and just jump on through, I should be fine. And there we are. I'm very bad at judging exactly how much juice I'm absorbing during that time, but it's generally not too bad. And there, 5 left. That's enough to revive me twice, plus 10 of each one of the potions. I've been using corrode potions a lot more, especially if I get chased around in the temple. And just in general, the Zenith, I think it's nice to have those just to destroy the hundreds of traps that are put out for you there. It's convenient. So it's like I'm not quite as down on taking those, and I also want to conserve them as opposed to usual, where I will throw 5 of them at a single beetle in that previous area, but thankfully didn't really see a whole lot of beetles, so it was cool. It's totally fine. Would have liked to have used like one of those spikes or something, but hey, they're good throwing fodder too. If you don't have a full inventory of those corrode potions by the time that you are through the segmentation plant, it's like, you know, just blowing something up with one of those gigantic lava boxes, and then grabbing a couple spikes is always a good strategy, I think. At least it has been for me. This area also does tend to have quite a few enemies to fight as well. Probably the most usage... you know, despite the cool stuff that, like, a spear can do, I feel like I never really utilize it correctly. But at least in this area, I can, you know, kill all the goon enemies really consistently, which is very nice. Because unlike a spike, that doesn't go away once you kill an enemy. I would think that places like the arcade and everything, too, being able to, like, stand on top of a spear while you wait for a good generation of blocks, which I assume that's how the rest of that area works. I don't know. Maybe, like, halfway through it gets kind of wacky crazy, like Zardo Land, for example. Like, oh, here's a bunch of cannons for some reason. Here's, like, an actual recreated Donkey Kong game or something that suddenly shows up. Like how you got like a Dungreed, I remember, turning into a top-down shooter in one of the sections. It was a horizontal shooter. It wasn't vertical. Was still top-down though, very much so. Would not put it past this game. It's done some... I mean, it has a basketball game in it, for God's sake. Just apropos of nothing. Zardo Zabala. He's got a lot of interests. Clubbing, b-ball, stealing everybody's stuff, building hundreds of gigantic towers to protect his amazing treasures. You know, he lives a full life, even though he is just a very annoying old man. And absurdly powerful wizard. Of course, TowerClimb. It seems like if you are a wizard, you are absurdly powerful either way. Even if you just spend your time clubbing. Completely invincible to all attacks, as far as I can tell. Still hate these wheels, by the way. I might have gotten better at them, and like I said, it is nice that I don't have to really worry too much about failing this now that I've gotten used to doing it. But it's like, I ain't gonna say that it's not stressful. I'm gonna say that I'm just like, oh yeah, no, it's super trivial now. It's not. I'm so worried about that guy. Look at him. Look at him. He's just like, I'm gonna ruin that dude's run. I'm gonna do it. Shuffling my little turkey legs over there right now. Okay. Come on. At least it's looking good for now. We'll see how much longer it lasts as I shuffle around my legs to try and avoid them completely going numb on me. Okay. Let's do this. I mean, I still haven't died to fall into the lava in that upcoming section yet, but hey, there's the first time for everything, right? Right? I mean, there shouldn't be if I can help it, but if I can help it, I mean, I've never died to lava. I mean, that's that was a bad fall. Okay, but survived. Whatever. If I could help it, I mean, speaking of that, I have tried just throwing a corrode potion at the block there. That is one of those blocks that is immune to corrode potions, so no, just kind of getting rid of the entire river of lava, unfortunately. I gave an attempt. Threw one of my valuable corrode potions there, but, you know, doesn't always work like how you want it to. Is there anywhere that I could possibly... No, I don't think so. And in the meantime, I'm just going to get rid of that right now. Do I have anything that could just... I do have a blast berry. I might just use that right here. I also got the Hotto orb, which, I don't know. What am I really going to use that on, if I'm being honest? Okay. Here, what if I just do this? I love how they just so gingerly fall down. It's because the developers clearly did not intend for you to, blow open the... Oh, just that. That's fine. I don't hate it. Developers clearly did not intend for you to just blow open the ground underneath them, so they don't really have, a falling animation or even much for falling physics, but there it is. That's what it looks like. You don't have, I got this. Oh, yeah, I can do this. You don't have, a spear underneath him to kind of kill them instantly like I did that one time, thinking that, clearing the blocks from under them or using, one of the trick blocks would just instantly kill them by doing that. It's like, no, there's a spear there, as it turns out. Those guys. Been killed by those bombs, once. Still too many times, though, let me tell you. Excuse me. Let's see if I can get this one. I can probably get this one. Huh. Physics. Okay, well, maybe I won't mess around with that too much right now. I'm just gonna say, do I just want to Hotto orb and? I think I'll just corrode potion instead. Take him out. Anything else I want to really get here? No, not really. Actually, I'm doing perfectly fine. Then why did I even bother going over there? I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead when I did it. Let's just say that right now. I was a little bit too concentrated on the how, not the why. Anyway, continuing on here. Let's try not to die to Grunty's furnace fun. think that this game takes a lot of cues from a lot of the Rareware games. Like this is Witchy World, for example. Would not surprise me at all if they said that. Or like Donkey Kong Country 2 being the 4th area. The Bramble Blast with all the cannons and everything. I don't know, I just got a feeling, I'm just gonna say. Oh, I don't want to go. I don't want fast wheels here. Because falling into lava, much like falling off the tower, instant death, baby. Can't revive a dude that's been burned to a crisp. And my headphones are running out of battery. I hate these. I mean, I hate these headphones, but if I don't have that, my feet will just automatically grab onto the cord and yank them out. Break them within seconds of buying a new pair. Well, anyway. Should be fine for right now. Also, hey, cannon and a golden berry start off with. That's good for me. This is a pretty open area, all things considered, so it's like... Yeah. This is a pretty open area, all things considered, so hey. It's nice to see those cannons around. It makes it so you can get upwards very easily. Largely trivially. Oh, I didn't even get knocked out from doing that. That kind of surprised me. Because I totally expected to. How am I going to do this? What am I even going to do with this? Will I get lava this time? No, thankfully. Yeah, this is probably about the point in time to just... flawlessly executed. Although, to be honest, I probably should have just, you know, gone up on top of that instead. Ah, yeah. Especially because I'm just going to do this. I hate you. I do want to make that clear. I do hate you. So, there's a witch down here. All right, thank you. Kanye, very cool. Well, I ain't happy about that, but screw it. I already kind of messed up the right way to do this one, I think. I know the exit's over here. All right, well, yeah. Not flawlessly executed. Executed well enough, though. And I should be able to get in here before that thing explodes. All right. Man. I'm not going to say that was great, but I am going to say that that was what happened. Let's go. Yeah, like this track especially. It's like there are some points that really use like the Bramble Blast kind of like sound in the music in particular. All right. Okay. Anything else I want to try and like go for here? Nope. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't accidentally just shoot myself directly into... I don't actually die here a whole lot anymore, but it's like, ugh. I don't know. It is an instant death area regardless of revive potions after all. I finally have figured out that the best way to do this is just to go in like a backwards C sort of shape. Kind of like starting on bottom left, bottom right, upper left, and then that clears off a little bit better. Ugh. Didn't need to do that. I did it though, baby. Can't stop me. Oh, so much for getting over to that side, but I mean... considering the alternative was, you know, just sticking with the plan regardless of how easy or difficult it's going to be, you know. Oh, and there's a witch. Yeah, there it is. There's that little... I don't know how loud I got the music turned up on this, but you can very clearly hear it there. Will I hit it? Yes, okay. Kind of bad at anything that isn't trying to shoot myself directly... Will I die if I do this? I will probably die if I do that. Okay. No, I didn't want to also activate that too. You know, I think I'm just going to dunk this guy. Boop. Perfect. Get dunked on. Much like doing some cool bomb tricks in Spelunky. Very much the same concept here as well. I'll probably just fall into the cannon that's directly underneath me there too. Because it seems like the way that those not the cannons, the way that the wheels are set up is that they will always, as long as you can get them kind of like to the last little yeah, okay, as long as you can get them to the last little area, I'm okay. Bye. No, as long as you can get them to like the last little part, the last little jet stream in that area, then you can just pretty trivially jump off, and it will automatically kind of slot into place as it needs to be. All right, well, I got 2 springs. Adhesion Berry. Hotto Orb is not going to be useful. It is here, though. Potential to buy a couple teleport potions. It's not the worst Z Club I've ever had, certainly. Although with 6 jump potions, and I don't know if you can actually destroy the outside of Club Z, or if that will also anger the bouncers. Probably, if it's even possible. It's like I could just try to blow my way through with the Hotto Orb to the outside. Probably shouldn't do that. If I'm going to do that, teleport potions, jump potions would be the way to do so. Yeah, don't mind me. Just want to go... Yeah, you can see there's the one block up there that says, yes, there is stuff over here for you to go get if you are so willing to do so. I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to keep it safe for right now. Let's see how this goes, baby. Oh, fire guy right at the beginning, eh? Fun. At least, hey, it's not a very... It's not the worst start, either. I mean, I can make this happen. It's got to be a little bit fast. This is the sort of place where having a... I don't know how I'm going to get... Is getting back, though, going to be as easy? Because got to hit upper left, bottom right, upper left. Excuse me. You know, just like, yeah, okay. A good plan there, at least. Climbing on the roof is slow. Hey, nice. Climbing on the roof is slow, but at least I don't die. Let's give me 3 there. And then, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna use the potion. All right. I mean, well, some of the top stuff can be like relatively hard with the fact that I'm probably gonna get hit by lava up here if I'm trying to plan out what I'm doing. Yeah, a lot of top stuff can be relatively hard just due to the fact that, you know, harder to climb up than it is to fall down. But there's a lot more areas to fall to. Okay, I didn't die there from bad thing. Is this worth it? It's not worth it to go try and grab that berry. I just looked at it for a second and I'm like, damn it, really? That's how you're getting me here. I'm mad. Like, I thought I would have been totally fine there, too. Ah! Excuse me. Wow, and that was like... Oh, okay. Let me see. Am I in danger here? I don't think so, but... Should at least be cautious anyway. It's okay, that was planned. I can probably drop directly into water here, although it seems like with the way the glow stick guy's throwing, he's not actually going to hit me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just be a little bit cautious there. Okay, I would have actually dropped into water, as it turns out. Okay. Not the best. I should just go buy a revive potion here just to make sure. In fact, you know what? I will. Is it worth it? Probably not. But I don't know. I'm doing okay relatively on supplies. Well, here's at least a place for the adhesion berry, like I was saying. Weep. Weep. Anyway, same thing. Oh, I don't have any more. Right. I don't like the generation of the start of the second area a lot of the time. Don't get booty bumped into oblivion. Never thought I'd go out that way, but I always kind of hoped. Okay. I can do this. This is like questionable generation, I'm just going to say right now. Some rough stuff here. But I suppose as opposed to like potentially having to deal with a glow stick guy there instead, who would be way more annoying. It's like, I'll take it. Can I get up here first? Maybe. Again, this generation is like not great in this level in particular. Oh well, that's why I got all of these. Yeah, that's why I got all of these supplies after all. Oh man. Can't even go get that golden berry. That's too bad. Okay. I'm alive. Oh. This is like the point where you really feel the inability to destroy the scenery here, let me tell you. Okay. It's just... No, it doesn't look like he actually will hit me there. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this without using a jump potion. Yep. Okay. Managed. Not great, though. Do I still have a... I do. Okay. Now, what area am I trying to get to? You know what? Forget about it. You know what? Forget about it even more. Thanks. You're a real lifesaver. 2 left, though. If I find the witch, should be okay. Ah. Oh, still not quite enough. Hotto Orb is the last thing I got left. This is rough. At least there's not like a whole bunch of other glow stick guys up here, though. And, yes. Just as many as you can, please. Yeah, glow stick guys are at least in fairly short supply, it seems like, as I try to get up a little bit higher. So it's like rough, but at least like I'm making a fine recovery, especially finding the witch now. Okay. God, I love this area, by the way. Again, I do want to say that again. It's like a stupid area. Mm-hmm. Excuse me? Oh, come on now. Well, give me 1 second. I'll just cut to the chase. I spent way too long trying to figure out how to get the sound back on. Couldn't, and then died right at the start of the temple anyway. Yeah, the eyeball guys were doing a very good job this time. I was going back and forth using up corrosive potions and everything to try and get around them and just could not do it. So I ended up seeing if I could figure out any other tech to deal with them instead. Yeah, corrosive potions don't work. Hotto Orb seems to kind of work. Like, it pushed him away, but it wasn't that good. So, that entire run ended up being a wash anyway, even technical issues aside. Well, starting off at the same relative point, here's the best run that I had of the week, and it is a very good one. Not even just at the very start here where I had stuff like spear, climbing gloves. I think I even had an invuln orb at this point. But it also just was very good in terms of like witch positioning and everything in some of the later levels. Is the eyeball guys? It's the eyeball guys. Those are the next big roadblock that I'm coming up against in the game. Well, in the meantime, Club Z is still pretty difficult. I mean, overall, it is just a very, not even just in its style, an unusual part of the game, but it is also just strange in gameplay too. You know, being unable to blow your way through, but also having very consistent ways for like how the areas are laid out and everything. I mean, it's not just getting to the top. You got to hit up the four corners in the first part of Club Z, and then you got to hit up like the right side, which has two little cloisters, and the left side, which has one cloister in part 2, and also deal with the, as I was saying before, maybe kind of questionable generation you have at the very start of the level, which I once again could not get through without using resources. I mean, I know that I'm hoarding that stuff for good reason and everything, and I'm sure somebody that played better would probably save like a couple adhesion berries specifically for that, knowing that it's coming, but as I said before, I don't play this game particularly well. Hey, spear's good though. You can throw that without fear of breaking any of the blocks around here, even though it doesn't kill anybody. And yeah, it's just nice to have for, you know, also not sticking to the walls if you're trying to throw it downwards, to get just that little extra boost upwards instead. Yes. I'm still mad that got me killed before. That one was rough to get through, but I knew that I had 2 revive potions, so I was willing to sacrifice one of them just to make it really easy to run through that place in particular. Vulnerability is very useful. You do have a couple characters around that will knock you around, but aside from that, it's like you're pretty much immune to the really big hazards of the area. I mean, it's just nice that these guys, of all dudes, are not ones that will instantly kill you the second you touch them. A rarity in this game. We only see that with, these guys and the eyeball dudes, I suppose, in the temple? I mean, the thing that makes them kind of annoying to try and get around, but also way more merciful than other enemies in the game, is the fact that you can touch the eyeball guys, you just bounce off of them. They have to grab you for them to actually kill you. And if you're invulnerable, you can actually run right past them. They don't even have any collision. Which is why, man, invulnerable orbs, especially with the amount of traps then that appear in the Zenith, are all, like, become very, very valuable in this later part, don't they? And we can see right here, it's like, man, not making this easy. Oh, well, with climbing gloves, you can climb on the ceiling pretty easily, otherwise it's very slow. Not that I care too much about, like, being very speedy in this game, but it is still something to think about. And that's the last one. So, I mean, it's like, I've been getting better at this, but yeah, it's like making sure that I don't just accidentally die to errant spells, and just, like, I don't know, at least have one teleport potion to get through some of these areas when I know that it's always probably going to have at least one place, like that lower part with the 2 ravers and the booty bumping witch in the middle. It's like, yeah, I should do that. Here was the point where I'm just like, I'm going to go. I'm just going to use this right now. Which is a good idea, because I would have died right there. And then, like, look at the rest of the glow stick guys that were up here. Nope, I think I made the right choice. Sure, it would have been nice to have it later on, but nah. 100% worth picking up, though. And I seriously considered just dropping down right in the hole. I had a lot of resources. I had, like, that spear, like I was saying. I could probably just stand on top of that, too. And wait for some good generation of the blocks, but no, it's just like, no, let's at least give her an attempt. You know, maybe the eyeball guys are always just really, really diligent at guarding the very start of the floor here, because I'm noticing it's like here even, you can see just how many are appearing immediately and just zeroing it right in on me right now. I guess what I should do is probably just scout out the area and then with the assumption that I'm not going to be able to immediately go up like, well, again, every other area in the game. Chapter 2 is one that bucks a lot of trends with how TowerClimb works entirely. And I suppose the temple is really no exception to that. I mean, it does kind of retread, I suppose, the whole waiting mechanic. Like, even just momentary pause of, like, the Vault Cave and kind of planning around that. Normally something that I'm not a huge fan of in a lot of games, but I don't know. It's at least fast enough here. And also, I think the eyeball guys especially are pretty fast and forgiving. Okay, well then, that was not great. Oh man, look at all the golden berries I could have had too. Wouldn't have even been difficult. Anyway, let's aggro every single enemy in the rest of the level now. The panic, but I also, you know, got my eyes on the prize and I was able to get there immediately. I still have not gotten through the temple without aggroing the eyeballs at least once. Better, but it's just like, yeah, maybe don't jump up into the, attempt to not jump up into the, an unknown area if you don't know exactly where the eyeballs are going to be at. That and give the leeches a lot of room. Because that way, I don't know, to be honest, I really did think that I was going to grab onto the wall there when I made that jump. Like, I thought it was close enough, but no, I was not. Yeah, just give the leeches a lot of room. And make sure you know where the eyeballs are, I suppose. And then don't be afraid to just blow open walls to make a path for yourself rather than, you know, waiting around. And I'm just like, should I go get that other jump berry? You probably could. Then I also just saw the one eyeball guy directly above me, and I'm just like, well, never mind then. See, that's the sort of prudence that I should be using in the rest of the game. Oh man, I gotta say that it's like I kind of in some ways prefer the bloodlust specific levels just because I don't know, I don't have to worry about aggroing a bunch of the eyeballs then because you know, you can run away from those ones. These guys, not so much. If you're doing this fast enough, though, it's ultimately pretty forgiving mechanic. It's not instant death. They don't just instantly zap you with a laser or something. So that's nice. Yeah, I was like, once again, oh man, I would really like to get that golden berry, but they also just instantly aggro if you get too close to them, as you've seen. So, yeah. Just make sure that I restock up on everything. Wait for those guys to go, and then I know that I'm probably going to be fine. I have gotten crushed by the praying guys. It is one of the more embarrassing deaths, considering how infrequently it happens over the course of going through any one of these areas, but it has happened. Man. Yeah, I'm looking around here, and it's just like, you really got to plan your path out quite well if you're doing this. To be honest, it does seem like sticking to the edges is a lot better of an idea than trying to go up the middle regardless. Ouch. I guess you can kill those guys, though. I mean, there was no reason to believe that you couldn't. It's just, I don't know, they're wizardy enough, and the wizards are pretty much wholesale invincible, that I think that was not an unreasonable assumption, but hate those leeches. And I do know that you can just blow them off with a corrosive potion, but Yeah, I don't know. Could just go jump onto that bell and probably grab that golden berry easy enough, but is it worth it? I mean, I'm not super high on resources. I could be more. 8 of each. Now I'm way too close to that eyeball dude. And there we go. Panicked and went. Zoomed right on out of there. But thankfully I was right at the end anyway, so it didn't matter too much. Didn't even have to use like 5 jump potions like I normally would end up doing. Besides, with plenty of berries, I can replenish that easily enough. I also got the calling horn for doing that in the middle of a level as well, which is the plan. I mean, I knew especially in the Zenith that it's like I'm not used to the traps, I'm not used to the tricks, not used to the weird stuff. Is that classic Zenith music? Everybody's favorite track. Wah, 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 wah. Okay. But there are also enough golden berries around here that I know that it's like, you know, I can still... It's not like Club Z where really just don't get enough... You usually don't get enough berries for it to really make it worth it to try and summon the witch there. At least for me, I don't know. It's like they're only ever held by the one style of raving witches, and it's a real grab bag as to how many you're gonna get. All right, Zenith. As you can see right now, I immediately looked and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of lava. A lotva. And I just wasn't even gonna risk it. Could I have made it? Oh yeah, definitely. Could I have done like, you know, a better like had a better plan than that to get across there? Absolutely, but whatever. I'm just doing this to try and get the experience, not do it optimally, certainly. And yes, I did finally find out that you can just climb on the wall right over the little guillotine things. You can also climb next to them without them killing you, which is good, but still scary. Obviously, the BMO statue is the thing that I'm more worried about there. Which I did do, I think, in this, a little bit of experimenting around just to see. It's like, what can I do with those things to try and deal with them? And I do think I found out a strategy. But I didn't really implement it too much in this run in particular. That'll be for future stuff. And I also did have it confirmed that, yes, you don't die from the shrapnel created from destroying the traps around here, so... That was definitely a plan that I came up with. Definitely a plan that I knew that I wanted to use here. Yeah, anything. Because it's like I knew, like, look at the amount of blast berries around here. I might as well try it. That did make it close. Did make the eyeball close. But that's not quite the thing. That's not the strategy that I was thinking about when it came to, like, trying to effectively deal with the BMO statue, guys. Yeah. No. I tried. Just like, maybe if I'm close enough to the wall. No. No, not if you're close enough to the wall. I'm just like, I'm going to have any more guillotines coming out because there's been an awful lot of guillotines here already. I'm just saying. That was a corrode potion from all the way back in the right. Yeah, that was a corrode potion from all the way back in the segmentation plant. I did not get a whole lot of items in this run, did I? I guess. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Great. I'm good enough at reacting to those, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be in a safe location to get away from them. Well, that time playing Dead Cells certainly has paid off to a certain extent. Also, do really got to remember that you can jump on top of those guillotine things too, which is a weird piece of tech that, I don't know, probably is going to come up eventually, but not yet. I get a little bit of extra height by doing that, I guess. Also, that's probably a safer way to be next to them by standing on top of them, but I'm also not entirely sure if that's not just going to kill me somehow anyway. I don't know. The last area of the game is not the place to be experimenting around as far as I'm concerned. And man, I really screwed that one up. I boned that one but good, and then I screwed up the spring so badly that I just got rid of it, because I don't care, whatever. No, man, I hate this. Yep, that was a calculated play. Get rid of that lava and try to get up there. That said, oh, it's not. It's still pretty rough. And I don't know if you can get sucked up into... Yeah. I don't know if you can get sucked up into those turbines, but I don't actually think that's how they work. But I don't know, man. I'm still not entirely sure how they work. This is what I was talking about with having a whole bunch of supplies just to be able to blow your way through the top. Completely disregard a lot of the problems that you encounter in here. Should just went for that golden berry. I don't know if the guillotines can hit you until they actually fall, but you know. I don't know. There's another corrode potion. And yeah. Another corrode potion all the way from the segmentation plant. Straight from the segmentation plant, it's corrode potion. Playing all their hits. Okay. It's just like, you can see that a lot of these areas are really not too bad to go through, but, you know. Just like, I don't know, man. I should have seen that coming, and I did, but I'm just like, I'm going to try it anyway. Toot toot. I knew it was going to come in handy. And then... But I think that if that didn't work the first time, it was going to work the second time. Well, I didn't think that, but like I also didn't have another plan. I guess throw the blast berry at the thing to make it close its eye or something would have been the best, and I still probably would have gotten killed by that too. Oh well. Now here's the question. Can I jump up next to this thing without it harming me? And you can, if it's off. Good, good. I'm sure like the air currents are probably also useful in the same way that they were back in the ruins section of Chapter 1. What did you think was going to happen? I don't know, I thought I could just... No, no, you didn't. You didn't do good. You did bad job. And there's the witch down there too. So it's just like, well, gotta do it. Oh, and there we go. I didn't remember that happening, but yeah, got confirmed. You don't actually die from... Yeah, you don't actually die from having that pop out, only when it falls. Great. Just get out of here right now. Throw it in the lava. That's how much I care about boots. I mean, I guess maybe at this point they're probably a little bit more useful now that I'm not, like, dealing with wheels and everything, but... I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. Hooray. So, that's the other piece of tech that I think I figured out there, and I'm just like, okay, well, that's interesting to know. I will experiment around with it, not right now. I guess you can just grab right onto those eyeball guys like they were the balloons from Zardo land. Like they were the balloons from Zardo land, and they'll just automatically close their eyes when you're grabbed onto them? Which, okay. There's something I can do with that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know. Wait until I feel confident about going through the rest of this area before I want to start attempting to mess around with that. Because otherwise I would just do it right now. Like, it'd just be clearly no problem at all. They have a pretty consistent pattern where they go around in a circle. On to floor 46. Question mark land. And I guess that's Zardo's treasure. It's the, kind of looks like the blade of grass from Terraria. Hey, there he is. The man himself. Whatever, man. I ain't doing this to impress you. I mean, certainly I'm not doing this to impress Zardo. All right. And then the battle begins. Yeah, Zardo apparently has a lot more abilities up his sleeves than he was revealing all the way back in the first chapter. A lot. Like, a lot of them. I was told 10 minutes to complete this battle entirely. Like, good God. Neat. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. Slow. I just got a fancy new blade. How am I going to compete with this horrible wizard? Well, obviously, with said blade. All right. It's like playing Gungeon as the bullet again. Does seem like this phase might be one of the hardest bits to deal with, though. Just because it's like he does start doing it faster, and that is frightening. However, just kind of like understanding what is going to kill me in some of the phases is what I was struggling with right now. Kind of surprised that they didn't give you like an extra witch and like a few berries to like at least restore your revive potions or something at the end here. I can imagine that getting kind of difficult, but I feel like I should be able to hit that. Yeah. Well, even in the later phases is what I was going to say, but then this happened. Uh-huh. Nintendo boss, eh? the big giant hands. Also, oh man, look at Zardo's giant hands. Man. Yeah, that's got a big hitbox. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but I'm also like, oh, that's even larger than I thought it was going to be. All right, got it. So yeah, unfortunately, that was the... Well, that was the first revive potion. I only got... I mean, that was the only one I had, actually. So, yeah, it ain't looking too hot right now. At least at least I understand it for the future. Yeesh. Yeah, and I get it. All you gotta do is just, like, walk slowly left and right. Nope. Good try, though. I'm betting you probably need to hit it with the sword, or maybe, like, throw the sword at the ground to launch yourself over it. Or jump potion.